For 70 years, Soviet sports scientists knew something Western fitness completely missed. While American trainers were pushing squats and leg presses on aging men, the Soviets were quietly building a generation of athletes whose legs stayed powerful well into their 60s and beyond. The exercise they used looks absurdly simple. You stand against a wall. You hold still. That's it. No movement, no reps, just tension. By the end of this video, you're going to understand 4 critical truths about rebuilding leg strength that nobody talks about. First, why the squat everyone tells you to do is actually accelerating your decline. Second, the hidden mechanism inside your muscles that only activates during static holds. Third, why joint loading is killing your knees while you think you're getting stronger. And fourth, the exact protocol that takes men from struggling with stairs to outperforming guys 20 years younger. But here's the part that changes everything. There's one element of this Soviet method that almost nobody gets right. Miss it, and you're just standing against a wall accomplishing nothing. Get it right, and you'll feel the difference in your legs within 2 weeks. Stay with me until the end, because I'm going to reveal the single biggest mistake men over 60 make with this exercise. And it's probably the reason your legs still feel weak, even if you've tried this before. Listen carefully. Your legs aren't weak because you're 60. They're weak because you've been following advice designed for 30-year-olds. Every time a trainer tells you to squat deeper, move slower, or add more reps, they're ignoring what actually happens to your joints, your nervous system, and your muscle fibers after 6 decades of life. The fitness industry sells you the same prescription they give everyone: progressive overload, more weight, more volume. But your body doesn't respond like it used to. Research shows strength remains relatively stable until about age 40, then declines gradually until 60, where the decline becomes more pronounced. That's not weakness, that's biology. Point 1. The dynamic exercise trap. Let me paint you a picture. You're in the gym, maybe you're home, you're doing squats because that's what builds leg strength, right? You lower down. Your knees track forward, your hips drop back, you feel the burn in your quads, you stand back up, you repeat. Here's what's actually happening inside your body. Every time you move through that squat, you're creating something called joint loading. Your knees are absorbing impact, your cartilage is compressing. Research specifically warns that older adults often have decreased bone density, making exercises like barbell squats risky. And here's the part that makes this dangerous. You don't feel the damage accumulating. Not immediately. It shows up months later as knee pain, hip stiffness, or that grinding sensation when you walk upstairs. The fitness world calls this functional movement. But function for whom? A 25-year-old with pristine cartilage and perfect hormone levels? Sure. But for a man over 60 whose joints have absorbed decades of stress, you're trading short-term strength gains for long-term mobility loss. Now, here's where the Soviet method is completely different. Isometric exercises involve muscle contractions without any visible movement in the angle of the joint. Perform stationary like planks, wall sits, and static squats. No movement means no joint impact, no cartilage compression, no inflammatory response that leaves you hobbling the next day. But it gets better. Isometric holds place your muscles under constant tension without changing length, building muscular strength and endurance in your quads, glutes, and hamstrings, which is crucial for walking, climbing stairs, and standing for extended periods. You're getting the strength stimulus your muscles need without the joint destruction you can't afford. Think about this. Every rep-based exercise asks your nervous system to coordinate movement while generating force. That's 2 tasks simultaneously. After 60, your nervous system doesn't coordinate like it used to. Reaction time slows, proprioception dulls. But when you remove movement from the equation, when you just hold position and generate tension, your nervous system can focus entirely on force production. That's why static holds work so effectively for older men. The trap is believing that movement equals progress. It doesn't. Tension equals progress. And you can create massive tension without moving an inch. Most men don't fail leg exercises because they're weak. They fail because they're using methods designed for bodies they no longer have. Point 2. The time under tension revolution. There's a concept in strength science called time under tension. It's simple. The longer your muscles maintain tension, the more they adapt. But here's what most people miss. The type of tension matters enormously. When you do squats, your muscles cycle between tension and relaxation. Down, up, tense, release. Your quads might be under tension for 3 seconds per rep. Do 10 reps, and you've accumulated 30 seconds of total tension. Not bad, but also not optimal. Now consider the wall sit. You position yourself, you engage, and you hold. Average wall sit hold times for those over 60 generally fall between 40 and 65 seconds. While top-tier performance consists of holding for 90 seconds or more. That's 90 continuous seconds of tension without a single moment of release. Your muscle fibers respond to this differently than they respond to reps. During a static hold, all your available muscle fibers must fire simultaneously to maintain position. There's no momentum helping you, no bounce at the bottom, no elastic energy stored in tendons, just pure muscular force, fighting gravity and your body weight. This is why men who can barely squat their body weight for 10 reps struggle to hold a wall sit for 30 seconds. The demands are completely different. And after 60, when you've lost muscle mass, when your fast twitch fibers have atrophied, when your nervous system has lost coordination, the wall sit forces adaptation in exactly the areas you need most. But there's something else happening that most people never consider. Studies demonstrate an average 40% increase in muscle strength following strength training interventions at 2 to 3 sessions per week. 40%. Not from chasing more weight, not from grinding through endless reps, from strategic tension applied consistently. The Soviet scientists understood this in the 1950s. They watched their athletes build extraordinary leg endurance not from volume, but from sustained static holds that created metabolic stress their muscles couldn't ignore. While Western trainers were counting reps, the Soviets were counting seconds of tension, and their results spoke for themselves. Here's the truth nobody wants to admit. Your body doesn't care how many times you move, it cares how long and how intensely you challenge it to maintain force production. The wall sit delivers both in ways dynamic exercises simply cannot match. Point 3, the blood pressure. Miracle. This is where the science gets fascinating, and a little bit strange. For years, doctors told patients with high blood pressure to do aerobic exercise. Walk, jog, cycle, get your heart rate up, improve your cardiovascular fitness. And it worked. Sort of. Blood pressure would drop a few points. Enough to matter, not enough to change everything. Then researchers started looking at isometric exercise. At first, nobody expected much. How could standing still against a wall possibly affect your heart and arteries? A study reviewing 270 trials with over 15,000 participants between 1990 and 2023 found that isometric exercise led to the most significant reductions in systolic and diastolic blood pressure compared to HIIT, aerobic exercise, and dynamic resistance training. The most significant reductions, not similar, not comparable. The most? Here's the mechanism. When you hold a static contraction, you're compressing blood vessels inside the working muscles. Blood flow decreases, oxygen delivery drops. Your muscle tissue experiences what scientists call ischemia, controlled oxygen deprivation. Your body detects this, and it responds by releasing a nitric oxide, a molecule that dilates blood vessels throughout your entire circulatory system. Isometric resistance training involves static muscle contractions without joint movement and has emerged as a promising strategy for lowering blood pressure and enhancing endothelial function through mechanisms such as enhanced nitric oxide, bioavailability, reduced oxidative stress, and improved autonomic regulation. Think about what this means. Every time you hold a wall sit, you're not just building leg strength. You're triggering a systemic vascular response that improves blood flow everywhere. Your heart, your brain, your kidneys. Organs that determine whether you live independently at 75 or struggle with medication and doctor's appointments. Wall squats performed 3 times weekly for over 8 weeks are associated with significant reductions in resting blood pressure, with the greatest benefits observed in males and hypertensive individuals. 3 times per week. 8 weeks. That's 56 days between your current cardiovascular health and potentially getting off blood pressure medication. But there's a catch. Research revealed that participant age was negatively associated with the magnitude of blood pressure reductions following isometric training, indicating younger individuals experienced more pronounced decreases due to age-related physiological changes like increased arterial stiffness, impaired endothelial function, and reduced autonomic responsiveness that may attenuate cardiovascular adaptations in older populations. Does that mean it doesn't work for you? No, it means you need to be smarter about application. You need longer holds, more frequent sessions, greater intensity. You need to understand that your vascular system doesn't respond like a 30-year-old's, but it absolutely still responds. The fitness industry loves to overcomplicate cardiovascular health. Zone 2, training, heart rate variability, VO2 max protocols. Meanwhile, the simplest intervention, standing against a wall for 90 seconds, delivers results that match or exceed complex programs most men will never sustain. Here's what nobody tells you. Your cardiovascular system and your muscular system are not separate. When you strengthen your legs through isometric holds, you're simultaneously training your blood vessels to dilate more effectively, your autonomic nervous system to regulate pressure more efficiently, and your endothelial cells to function more youthfully. You're not doing leg exercise, you're doing whole body rejuvenation. The Soviets knew this. They tracked not just athletic performance, but health span, how long their athletes maintained function. And what they found was that men who incorporated sustained static holds into their training aged differently than those who didn't. Slower decline, better health markers, longer independence. You're not standing against a wall to get bigger quads. You're standing against a wall to stay alive and functional longer. Point 4, the endurance factor. Here's the question nobody asks. What kind of strength do you actually need after 60? Most training programs focus on maximal strength. How much can you lift once? What's your 1 rep max? But think about your daily life. When do you ever need to generate maximum force for a single instant? You don't. What you need is the ability to generate moderate force repeatedly and sustain it over time. Standing from a chair, walking upstairs, carrying groceries, maintaining balance when you stumble. These don't require maximum strength. They require muscular endurance, the capacity to produce force without fatigue. And the wall sit is the go-to exercise that best reflects your current lower body strength and stamina after 60, as it challenges your ability to maintain tension throughout your entire lower body. Building muscular endurance crucial for common daily activities like walking, climbing stairs, and standing for extended periods. This is the difference between strength and function. You can be strong enough to squat your body weight for 3 reps and still struggle to walk around a shopping center without your legs burning. Because strength without endurance is useless in the real world. Unlike dynamic squats, the wall sit removes momentum and exposes true muscular endurance in the quads, glutes, and core while isolating sustained strength. You can't cheat. You can't use momentum. You can't bounce out of the bottom position. Either your muscles sustain the contraction or you fail. Studies demonstrated that when individuals struggling with basic functional tasks like chair transfers participate in structured leg strengthening programs, significant functional improvements occur, with a substantial percentage of participants regaining their ability to perform previously difficult tasks independently within 8 to 12 weeks. 8 to 12 weeks. That's the timeline between struggling and thriving, between dependence and independence, between asking for help and handling life on your terms. The wall sit builds this because it trains your muscles to resist fatigue. During a sustained hold, your muscle fibers begin depleting their energy stores. Glycogen burns off, metabolic waste accumulates. Blood flow can't clear it fast enough. Your nervous system screams at you to stop. But if you hold through that discomfort, if you push to 60 seconds when 40 feels impossible, you're teaching your muscles to function in exactly the metabolic environment they face during daily activities. Think about walking. Each step requires your quads and glutes to stabilize your knee and hip. Multiply that by thousands of steps per day. Your muscles need endurance far more than they need maximum strength. The wall sit trains precisely that capacity. But here's what separates the men who rebuild their legs from those who stay weak. Progression. Over time, aim to go lower and hold longer as your strength improves, building up to 30 seconds plus. You don't add weight. You don't add complexity. You add time. Each week you hold 5 seconds longer, your muscles adapt, your endurance increases, and suddenly activities that exhausted you become effortless. If you're over 60 and can hit 90 seconds or more, that's often considered an elite level of strength and endurance, with 1 minute being a great goal for women and around 90 seconds for men. Elite, not average, not decent. Elite, that's achievable, not through genetics or luck, through consistent progressive tension applied intelligently. The Soviet system wasn't built on random exercise selection. It was built on understanding that endurance determines function more than peak strength ever will. They trained their athletes to sustain effort because sustained effort is what life demands. You don't need to lift heavier, you need to last longer. Leave a comment right now and tell me how long you can currently hold a wall sit. Be honest. 15 seconds? 30? 60? I want to know where you're starting from, because 3 months from now, I want you to come back to this video and update us on your progress. One more thing before we finish, something almost nobody talks about. The wall sit has a cardiovascular benefit that goes beyond blood pressure. Lower body strength is associated with better balance, faster walking speed, and improved mobility. But walking speed predicts longevity better than almost any other variable researchers measure. Men who walk faster live longer, period. Why? Because walking speed requires cardiovascular capacity, muscular endurance, neural coordination, and metabolic efficiency all working together. It's a whole body measure of biological age. When you strengthen your legs through wall sits, when you build muscular endurance, when you improve your nervous system's control, you're directly impacting the single most important biomarker of aging. You're not just getting stronger legs, you're adding years to your functional lifespan. The Soviets didn't care about aesthetics. They cared about performance across decades, and they found that sustained static holds preserve that performance better than any other single intervention. Let's bring this together. You've been told to squat, to add weight, to push harder, and all you've gotten is joint pain and frustration. That's not your fault. You've been given advice designed for younger bodies with different needs. The wall sit works because it bypasses joint loading, maximizes time under tension, triggers cardiovascular adaptations, builds muscular endurance, and retrains your nervous system simultaneously. 5 benefits from one exercise. No equipment needed, no special knowledge required. Just you, a wall, and the willingness to hold longer than feels comfortable. Here's your protocol. 3 times per week. Start wherever you are. If that's 15 seconds, that's perfect. Next week, hold for 20. The week after, 25. Build progressively. Don't skip sessions. Don't make excuses. Just show up and hold. 12 weeks represents the time frame between your current functional status and a potentially transformed quality of life. 12 weeks. That's all the time between struggling with stairs and moving confidently, between feeling old and feeling capable. You're not trying to become an athlete. You're trying to maintain independence, stay functional, and live on your terms for as long as possible. The wall sit delivers exactly that. Nothing more, nothing less. The men who do this consistently for 3 months don't just get stronger legs. They transform how they move through the world. They stand taller, they walk faster, they trust their bodies again. That's what this is really about. Trust, confidence, the knowledge that when life demands something from your legs, they'll be there. You're not 60, you're experienced, you're capable, and you're about to prove it to yourself. If this video gave you something valuable, subscribe to this channel right now. We're building a community of men who refuse to accept decline as inevitable. Men who understand that aging is mandatory, but weakness is optional. Next video, we're breaking down the one shoulder exercise that undoes decades of desk work and prevents rotator cuff surgery. The research is shocking, the exercise is simple, and you're going to wish you'd known about it 20 years ago. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications. I'll see you in the next one. Now go find a wall and show yourself what you're still capable of.